Everyone, I remember that I forgot to make a post to let people know we were going live.
That do be happening out here in the Old West.
I'm gonna introduce myself, and then I'm going to head on over to Twitter and Instagram and do that really quickly. But hello, everyone. I am Amanda. This is my stream. These are my amazing friends, Anthony and Kurt, and I am a YouTuber, variety streamer. I don't know why I said that like partway through. I was trying to figure out who I am, but I'm a YouTuber, a
Wow, she's
variety,
forgotten everything tonight.
a cosplayer, an actor, and just a person that really loves playing tabletop games with my amazing friends. So, hello everybody that is out there in the world, and yes, my friends, introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Kurt, and I'm one of Amanda's friends. That's what they tell me, and I believe it. I am a tabletop role-playing game designer and lover and aficionado of all things games, and I am so thrilled to be here, as we are most Mondays, to play a little game. But this we is not yet complete, as there is a third member of our coalition.
Wow, he be talking about me. My name's Chick McCarty, and I've been born out in the West in a kettle down underneath a mountain. But I usually pretend in my regular life to be one Anthony. He's a boring-ass old whippersnapper who does pretend to like the numbers and the learnings over there at the university like a big man. Oh no, why would you initiate sing mode so early?
It's cruel.
I'm not even done introducing myself.
I think Evil
don't think I
Webline was
can-
like, "This is what I want. I want this sing-song Anthony intro," and I kind of love it.
Ooh, not sure I can sing in this accent. Let's try. I'll also be a writer, and I write some children's books, and sometimes I play games with the two of these, with good looks, and we are here almost every week. There's nothing better you could see than playing games with Kurt and Amanda.
And Anthony.
Oh yeah, and Anthony. I'm here.
Well,
That was
it's not going to
lovely.
get better than that, folks. You might as well close the stream right
Yeah,
now.
that's the end.
That's as good
Happy
as
trails, partners.
Also,
Amanda, do we kill enough time for you to make Instagram posts, or do you need us to talk a bit more? Because I bet Kurt would like to tell us a thing or two about this here game we be playing tonight, which has nothing to do with Cowboys. I'm just going crazy.
I definitely think that would be a good idea. Before we do that, I just want to shout out everybody that's here with us in chat. Hello, everyone. Hello, Rapala. Hello, Evil Webline. Hello, Serenity. Hello, Danny. Hello, Christopher. Hello. And also, Christopher, congrats on your 7-stream streak. Thank you so much for watching 7 times in a row. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. Just streaking on through.
Streaking on through.
That's what we
do.
say around these parts.
Yes, Kurt, would you like to tell us a little bit more about this fantastic game that I'm so excited to play?
I would be happy to. Today we will be playing a game called Cowboys with Big Hearts.
Well, that's
It's-
convenient.
That sure is. You know, it's your classic Western story about cowboys, cowpokes on their last ride out to stop those despicable Death Brothers. And of course, they have big hearts in that they all have terminal heart conditions. So this game is both funny and it's tragic and it's beautiful and it's ridiculous. And it is by the inimitable Jason Morningstar of Bully Pulpit Games.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Hearty yeehaw for Jason Morningstar. Because boy howdy, it's a great game. They've actually released this in print form, and I already own it in a sense, in a digital sense. But this game is so good that I have considered buying a physical book, and I've got I've got like, I don't do that a lot. I don't usually do that unless I have to. But I'm excited for this one. You may also have noticed from this little spiel that I'm saying while Amanda makes her social posts, we've actually played this one before. Both Anthony and myself have played this one.
It's true right there.
But Amanda will be spending her first time in the West, 1900s Arizona. 1900, actually, I believe on the bang on dot. Oh, is it? Are we doing a French accent? Because that is not a difficult thing to do. You know, we did a lot of French accent last stream on Monday. Although I suppose I get a little Quebecois if you let me do it too long, so I have to be careful.
He's losing it.
I have to be
He
careful.
just crossed the Atlantic.
France. It must be France, not Quebec. That is much more at little movements of the mouth.
Wait, I did not understand that they can request. Oh, I see. Bonjour. We have requested the French accent. Is it très bien?
So thank you for coming, Daniel. It was good to have you. Not for long, but it was. Oh, there I am, Quebec again. I just can't take it out of my soul. It's deep in there.
Quebec is the same as French. It is also French.
Evil Webline, though, if you do want more French accents, we literally did it the entire time last week. I don't remember if you were there or not. We were playing Starcrossed, which is another game by Bully Pulpit, which is the publisher of this one. How we doing there, Amanda? Oh, we're doing. Great. I can tell.
We're great. We're great.
So good.
I had a great deal of fun last time I played this game with Kurt. I just can't get over how good this premise is. Cowboys are big huts, but we actually all have oversized huts and various heart diseases, and we are near death. I just think that's incredible.
It's about the best thing I can ask for, personally. We will be making characters together on stream, as we always do, and we will be we'll be choosing from a clever little list of cowpokes. We're also going to be figuring out an outrage, which will be giving us trouble that those Death Brothers have done.
Them Death Brothers.
Them Death Brothers. Yeah, it's gonna be great. One thing that's really interesting about this game is that it uses coins as an element of randomization. If we find ourselves in a bit of a pickle, then we are going to flip the coin, and that's going to determine the result. Yes, we have all come prepared. Oh, I see. Amanda's bagging the big coins today.
Wow.
I just felt like a toonie is very satisfying to flip. And also,
that streamer money's really coming in, huh?
Oh, man. Might be trying to green screen it out, but I'm not going to lay at it.
You can't.
But I can't let it get too shiny, otherwise it just gets like, oh, it's invisible. It's a magic trick. Yeah, I had this in my wallet, and they're very satisfying to flip. Also, I feel like, do people see toonies that often? I know we get a lot of people from America, so here you go. This is what a toonie looks like. It's $2 worth of coin.
Like a coin inside a coin. Nested levels of coin. I remember the first toonie I ever saw back in the day. It was a new coin. I was so excited. Never seen one before. Never seen one again. Yeah, ever since then. This is my second time ever. I'll remember it forever as well.
All right. Well, I think I am Gouda. I'm just posting our beautiful, beautiful thumb as the image because I feel like it's
just a picture of our thumbs, in case you folks are wondering. We all did this way up by the camera, and that was all it took.
Why does my thumb look so red?
I don't know. It's shiny too. Your thumb's been running.
My whole face is shiny today. Oh my goodness. Rapala, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Anthony. Also, friends.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry I don't have the wheel today. I am not at my abode, so there is no wheel, but there will be a wheel next time. And any subs or gifted subs or bits or anything that y'all want to do or just chatting with us is appreciated always. So know that we appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rapala. So kind of you.
There's no wheels in deserts. There simply aren't.
There's an old wagon wheel out there somewhere.
There's some tumbleweeds behind me.
You can't spin a wagon wheel. And it's all stuck in the dirt.
Always. It's always stuck in the mud.
Always stuck in the mud.
Oh my goodness. All right. So all of our notifications have gone up. So now everyone in the world will know the truth.
Everyone in the world. I don't know if I'm ready for that, Amanda.
Everyone in the world will know. Also, hello Street Poet over on YouTube. Hello. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Everyone in the world knows, so if you're not comfortable with that, too late. And yeah, let's play this. I'm very excited to play this game. Let's play it.
Let's do it. Okay.
We're gonna read some things from this book.
We will be, and you can use your little voice or not. Let's go paragraph by paragraph, and we will go digital clockwise, which means that our reading order will be Anthony, Amanda, and Kurt. We are going to read from the section called The Code of the West, and I imagine Amanda has been too busy to bring this up yet. So I will say in our folder is a document called Cowboys with Big Hearts, and this is the main thing you'll need today. Some would say the only thing, but some would say, where's our Google Doc? We're flying with no pilot. How can we live this life? I'm just going to mark up the PDF directly with my little pencil. That's what it'll sound like. Yeah. Cool. So, if you got it up there.
I got it up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, excellent. Wonderful.
I'll also take that hydrate, and I'll take that stretch.
Ooh, yeah, a little hydrate, a little stretching.
This is moonshine, don't you worry. I'm gonna be blind and dead by the end of this stream.
Well, that's probably true, in a character sense.
Oh, okay. I thought you knew something I didn't.
No, that would be bad. I'd probably tell you. Okay.
Shall we begin?
The tabletop game is Cowboys with Big Hearts, Jake Fakes Snack Cake.
Whoa, that'd be the best name I ever did hear.
That's about as good as it gets. All right, okay. So, Code of the West. We are going to read, starting with, this is the Code of the West. Follow it or don't, Anthony.
Always help a person in need, even a stranger or enemy. Be there for a friend when they need you. Remove your guns before sitting at the dining table, and don't ever inquire into a person's past.
Your word is your bond. Don't complain, quitters complain. Don't be a coward neither. Give your enemy a fighting chance. Don't shoot a person unarmed or unwarned. And don't shoot an innocent. Ever.
Oh, man.
Finally, never steal a person's horse.
Oh, God. Please.
Never ride another person's horse without permission.
By golly.
Don't even look at another person's horse wrong. Same goes for hats.
Same goes for hats.
Our next section is called A Promise Made is a Debt Unpaid, and we will read this aloud as well.
Whoa. I love reading things aloud. That's why
we're gonna read a few of them, so I hope
so
you guys
excited.
like story time.
Also,
Thanks
hi,
for joining
Sai.
us for grade 3 English class, where y'all read a different part of a book, one paragraph at a time.
I know. Why is that so satisfying?
This tells the audience more about who we are than about grade 3 reading class.
That's very true. It's 1900, and you're in Sunny Slope, a tent city and sanitarium north of Phoenix, Arizona territory. The West isn't so wild anymore, and given the vicissitudes of our illnesses, we've come here to die. Sunny Slope is paradise. There's nothing to do but rest and take in the palliative breezes. And here we are, strapping on our barking irons with a bunch of other pox-ridden, busted-up wrecks. It is a puzzlement.
What could compel a posse of diseased chuckaboos on death's front porch to saddle up for one last hard desert ride?
Well, it's a complicated ball of yarn, but at this end, the end we are holding in our sweaty hands is an outrage, and at the other end of the string is the Death Brothers.
Whatever it is they did, we all made a promise to make it right. That probably means killing them, or trying. Maybe it means other things, too.
So let's gather our keepsakes and our guns, you swole-hearted sons of bitches. The Death Brothers got a day's lead, heading for Mexico. We made a promise to drop them, and people like us keep their word or go down trying.
That's right.
We're going to find the Death Brothers and have a serious conversation about right and wrong if it's the last thing we do. Which will be.
One more section gets broadcasted to you folks at home, and then we will make our characters proper. Our last section here is called The Etiology of Misery. There are 3 reasons any of us might be in Sunny Slope, and all of them involve a heart swollen with disease and ready to quit. You are either consumptive, rheumatic, or syphilitic, and this one's probably going to be hard to read aloud, everyone.
If you are consumptive, like the characters Becker or Cox in this manual, you have tuberculosis that has infected your lungs and heart, causing pericarditis, swelling of the heart sac. Your wicked cough is a signature of the wasting disease that is rapidly destroying you. Perversely, tuberculosis makes you look great on the way down, as you can see.
Historical Fanatics, hello, over on YouTube. And Riddlelock, hello. I love how Riddlelock and other people in chat, by the way, are very here for the stash that you are donning today, Anthony.
I grew it just for this. What? Oh, shit. Oh, no, God.
If you are rheumatic, like Swinburne or Lee, you have heart tissue disease, myocarditis, the result of bout of savage rheumatic fever or some other uncontrollable infection as a child. Strenuous exercise causes your weakened heart to rebel in painful ways. On the plus side, after a life of hard work, bed rest, and general indolence is the only thing for it.
If you are syphilitic like Winthrop or Guillertires, that was so bad.
I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't think that was it.
Guitierrez?
Can't do it in the accent, that's for sure. You have tertiary syphilis that has entered your heart, and endocarditis being what it is, your aortic arch is slowly collapsing. Your crimped aorta causes you to be slow and generally enervated. You got syphilis by fucking someone else with syphilis.
That's a lesson for you kids at home.
Don't you get syphilis, folks. We'll put that to the bank. Now, we are going to be choosing our Chuckaboo, which is our character.
Okay.
Every character is gender neutral, so we can choose how we want to play them. But we've got Swinburne, Lee, Winthrop, Becker, Cox, and Gutierrez. Nope, that's French.
Gutierrez. Gutierrez?
God, I need to be able to speak more Spanish.
Well, I'm just imagining it's like Guy, like a guitar.
Sure.
Guy, Tyrez, or Gutierrez?
Gutierrez, I guess, because the R is rolled since there's 2 of them. Oh, folks.
Gutierrez.
We're only going to make this worse for everyone.
All right, no one play as Gutierrez.
So, which one of those diseases do you want? I think this is a good personality test. You got tuberculosis or what are the options? Syphilitic? Mm-hmm. Rheumatoid? No, maybe.
Rheumatoid. Rheumatic, consumptive, syphilitic.
Consumptive, that's right. Which one are you, Amanda? Like in your heart.
Tag yourself.
Oh.
Tag yourself.
I think I'm going to be Lee.
Great.
wow.
Do
That's a
I
good
wait?
choice.
How
So
do I
fast.
tag myself?
Oh, no, that was just a joke.
We're just
Oh,
joking.
okay.
So, Lee is hard-hearted and
Aw,
lazy,
you
but
chuckaboos. You always joking with me.
Lee's diseased heart is poised for change. Poised for change. I feel like the rest of the choices are also fantastic. Anthony, do you know what your heart is set on?
I've got some options. I just like the looks of Swinburne, but there's something in me that wants to be syphilitic, so I'm going looking.
I think. Oh yeah, Swinburne's dramatic. Okay, syphilitic. We're talking Winthrop. Uh,
Oh, just Winthrop?
no, there's
Oh,
another
also
one too.
one we can't pronounce. So we don't talk about it.
Easily.
Gutierrez. If we think it's Spanish, I guess.
Oh no, I'm sure it is. That's not a question.
Let me look it up.
I'll paste it in the chat so everyone can laugh at our ineptitude.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna be Becker, a luckless fish out of water confronting their sad destiny.
I
Well,
love that.
I'm not finding it spelled exactly how that is spelled, but I found another spelling of it. If you guys want to hear it, I can play it for chat.
Now you know.
We're actually gonna play it. One of those videos, which is like, "Welcome back to my channel where I pronounce words."
Hey, don't knock those
Spanish
channels.
pronunciation.
Who knows
I like those
what?
channels.
What if Amanda needs to pivot into the "here's how you say a word" demographic?
Please, Amanda.
Eventually, you run out of comic books and movies. Yeah, okay, let's hear them.
You guys ready? All right.
Of their surname, family name of Spain, from Spain.
I don't know why I thought that would work for me.
Gutierrez, it's
I guess-
said in
I guess we
English,
don't get
but
it.
it's not
Why would we hear it?
Well, you guys, if you listen to the stream, you'll hear it.
Right. Well, we're too late now.
You're not gonna trick me into watching this stream.
You guys were talking just as they were about to say it.
name
Hold
Oh,
on.
good.
of Spain.
Good. Glad we
from
did
Spain. Gutierrez, it's said in English.
Gutierrez. But this is spelled G-U-T, so
Gutierrez.
yeah. Gutierrez.
Oh, who? Oh.
Gutierrez. That's how he said it, so.
Well,
Here's-
good news. None of us are playing that character.
Neat. Neat. Though
I'm
don't
gonna be Swinburne, a murderist. Did you get to read your description of your character, Kurt?
yeah, a luckless fish out of water confronting their sad destiny.
All right, I'll read mine. I'm just a kid, but it's no calamity that I'm dying. More like divine retribution. You don't need age nor wisdom to shoot someone down like a dog, and I've shot down plenty. Honey, if you want to appeal to my better nature, you may as well go bark up a rope, because I don't got any.
Gotcha. I didn't read out the whole thing.
No.
Wow,
I read out
there's
the
a-
big one.
There is
There's
a
a
big
whole
one
thing?
later in the yeah, there's a so you'll have your
Oh.
own special little page
All
further in
right.
the document.
Like a character sheet or something.
Some would call it a character sheet. Some would just call it a beautiful piece of design. Here's some things that we need to know. We are going to have a few precious things with us. A pair of old boots with soles so thin they can feel a dime through them. Some dusty rags we'd hesitate to call proper clothes. A wide-brimmed hat beaten shapeless by wind and rain. And an evil-minded horse barely worth riding. They call it a nag, which I'm sure is era-appropriate terminology because Jason gets to the meat of these things. We also might have bark and irons, which is a pair of pistols, a conversation piece, the old bib and tucker, which are fancy clothes, President Cleveland, a fine horse, a daguerreotype, a portrait, or a grouch bag, some money.
Ooh.
And we'll have some medicine. More on the medicine in a second, because that's when things get dodgy for our characters. One of the first things we're going to do here is decide on what the outrage is.
I gotcha.
there is a page in the rulebook called the outrage. We are going to be taking turns crossing off one by one outrages we don't think are that interesting until there is one outrage left, and that's what these dastardly Death Brothers have done. At least that's the thing we're upset about. They probably did all these things at one time or another, but this outrage is why they need to die.
Okay.
Fascinating. Can you guys remind me of just exactly who your characters are before we choose? Because I want to know who we are as a trio.
Okay, I'll pull up my my longer biography.
I will also do that, but before I do, thank you so much for Paula for gifting another sub, this time to Kurt. And also, thank you so much to Angelus, who is celebrating a 3-stream streak. Thank you so much for joining us, Angelus, 3 times in a row. Yeehaw!
You simply love to see it.
I do love to see it. Out here with my tumbleweeds and my mountains.
Those tumbleweeds are very still.
Yeah,
no wind blowing, huh?
Not a lot of wind blowing today. The smoke isn't even moving.
Okay, Mr.
You got a
Becker.
description there, Kurt?
Yeah. An egghead. I'm a Boston Jew, but when the open range called to me, what could I do? I left it all behind. The disease, the squalor, the prejudice, for a whole new world of disease, squalor, and prejudice. All my education has notably failed to come in handy, and God has punished me for leaving home. I have tuberculosis that has infected my lungs and heart, causing what the doctors call pericarditis. My wicked cough is the signature of the consumption that is destroying me. On the plus side, I am told my rosy-colored good looks make impending death very pleasant to look at.
Yes. I've noticed that about you. You should put the lipstick back on that you were wearing in the thumbnail.
I was very pleased with that thumbnail.
It's a good thumbnail.
I am Miss Lee, a sozzle. I have never lifted a single finger for anyone else out of generosity of spirit. I have not been generous, and my spirit is dead as a peach pit. I am drawn to comfort and ease. I have sharpened my mind in the service of mendacity and turpitude. Now my heart's about done, and I wish I had a friend in the world, but my waters run deep, and I feel change coming in me. I have myocarditis, which is a disease of the heart, the result of a bout of savage rheumatic fever. When I move about, my heart says, "Not so fast, chuckaboo," and I must comply. Bed rest and general indolence is the only thing for it, and I have never met a soul lazier than myself.
There you go.
There you go.
That's who we're dealing with today. And on our sheet, it's also going to say a keepsake that we have and what's in our medicine bag. We don't have to read that right now. I'm just alerting you to the fact that it is a truth that we will encounter through this. But now, folks, now it's time to decide on the outrage.
Ooh.
The outrage. Yeah. Now,
all right, we're stroking out ones we don't like.
that phrasing, but yes, we are.
Oh.
They're all really good is the problem.
They're all good. There's 3 headings I want people to know. Cruel, murderous, and weird. What's one, Kurt, that you don't want?
Yeah.
God, there's a lot on here.
So this is where we'd have our pencils, I guess.
Well, I can track what we've stricken from the record.
Yeah, we can just strike them out with our PDF pencils.
I'm gonna say let's not have it be the Death Brothers killed 3 German stagecoach passengers.
Okay.
That's in the murderous section. We're gonna get rid of that one. It's
nobody cares about Germans.
Wow.
I'm getting into character. I'm a bad man.
We've all been bad in our time.
All right, I'm gonna say
What are you gonna say? Wait, what are you gonna say?
I was so ready to learn. We were gonna learn something.
I'm gonna
I
say
keep
I don't. Oh, wait.
Reading ones I like. I'm sorry.
That's the
a
trouble.
problem.
I think that's why it's elimination, because otherwise you'd never be able to choose. You just
I'm gonna
sit there
say-
stupefied. Yeah.
We're not doing the one where the Death Brothers kidnapped a young man named Guerrero at his wedding and have been sending pieces of him to his family with ransom demands.
Yeah. Let's
That
not
sounds-
do that
but-
one.
Which one? Which section is that in?
The second one in Cruel.
Cruel. That is cruel. It's damn cruel.
All right, I'm going to say the Death Brothers, we're not doing this one. The Death Brothers are not men, but angels and fallen ones. And God will quietly lead you all to them for a final reckoning.
Oh shit.
That does
Read
sound
that.
awesome, but there's other good ones.
I am gonna cross off the Death Brothers stole a baby named Claudia after
Yeah.
claiming that she would one day destroy heaven and that they would raise her to love the devil. I'm not
All
saving no
right.
baby.
He's not saving no baby. I'm saying we're not doing this boring old one at the end of Murderous where the Death Brothers just need killing in a general way. Someone disposable had better do it because the doing is not so assured. It's a fine setup, but I want more specifics.
Give us the juice.
Which one is that one?
We're crossing off the bottom of Murderous.
Oh, all right.
And the bottom of Cruel. The Death Brothers took Chaff Glover's hat right off his head. And I do care about hats, but we're not going to go after Chaff's hat.
All right. Is this thrilling? Is this riveting? It occurs to me only now. I think it is, because everything we hear is something the Death Brothers probably did do.
They
This just
probably did.
isn't why we're mad at
It's no, exactly. It's just not exactly why. Hey, Kim Dog. Nice to see you.
Hello, Kim Dog and
Welcome to the
DiCarlo.
chat.
Hello.
Well,
Oh,
dear.
yeah, hi,
Come on in.
DiCarlo. What else aren't we doing?
What a good
Well,
question.
Uh,
The problem is it does get harder because they're all really good.
At some point, should we just switch over and choose the ones we are doing? Or narrow it down to 3? And then
Ordinarily,
walk
we
away?
might just keep crossing them out, but I think given the nature of this particular broadcast, we
Yeah.
might just pick our favorites now. I am tempted by several of them. I can say what they are.
All right, tell me.
All right.
I
I'm
think we should get
tempted-
rid of this one.
Oh,
Nope.
which one? Which one?
The Death Brothers came to Sunny Slope with a bag and a hog leg pistols and made the patients and staff fill it with their meager treasures.
All right.
Under Cruel.
There.
Number
We
3.
didn't get robbed.
Well, we might have, but that wasn't
Okay,
why we're
not
doing this.
Exactly. Right. That did happen last Thursday. And every
That did.
Thursday before.
We just rolled over and took that one. But this
I got
one,
no treasures left.
okay. I quite like the Death Brothers routinely mistreat a mongrel dog named Sally they've acquired. That's a horrible thing. I quite like the Death Brothers whispered a secret to one of you long ago atop Mount Lemon, and it's too terrible to outlive you. They must whisper no more.
I do like that.
And I've said two. I've said two that I do like, but I like all of them.
I like that the Death Brothers possess a pair of magic rings vomited up by a Leviathan that will make them immortal, and those rings will be ours.
That
I know.
also is good.
I also like that the Death Brothers, in sequence, each married and abandoned Sussy McLish, who is akin to one of us, a niece by way of a sister back east. Under Cruel.
That is good. It is good.
That is also very good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's choose from those.
Yeah. Okay, let's
That
veto
old
from
story,
those,
Cam
and then
Dog.
we'll have
Yeah.
our favorite.
Any
So-
any vetoes?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna veto Leviathan magic rings just
All right.
because I think I don't want to live at the end of this, character-wise. Kurt will go on,
Ooh.
but Mr. Becker maybe not.
You said the secret one, right, Kurt? Whispered a secret to you?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure. So we got secrets. Sussy McLish got married 3 times. Mongrel dog getting beaten. Is there any others I've forgotten?
Those are the 3, I think.
Those are the 3. All right. Ooh. Dog. Sussy. A terrible secret. All are good.
Dog. Sussy.
It's a terrible curse to know all your own sort of prejudices and biases when it comes to playing a game. And I know mine deeply, and sometimes I try to fight against them. But, oh, sometimes they're so good. So I kind of want someone else to choose, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of want to stroke off, so I got to stop.
Why?
And the worst thing is that I was about to finish that sentence, the dog.
Oh, God. What a horrible
You want to remove the dog? Is that what you're saying?
We are removing the dog. Which leaves Sussy McLish and
my
terrible
goodness.
secrets.
What's it gonna be, Amanda?
Well, I do like Sussy McLish.
I know you do. You've been saying that every day.
Let's
Sussy McLish.
do it.
But
Let's-
I kind of like the secret because I feel like I like that we don't know what it is, so we can build suspense.
What if... Now I understand
Uh-oh.
I'm breaking the rules before the game starts.
Wow.
What if
Breaking the
both of
rules
them
before it
are
starts.
true?
I kind of like it. We're
All
definitely
right.
breaking the rules. But one of
both
us
could
got
be
a
true.
secret, and one of us maybe knows Sussy McLish, and that'd be 2 of us, and there's 3 of us. That's easy.
Yeah, I think that makes a great deal of sense.
All right.
So we're just gonna cheat. We're gonna say the Death Brothers in sequence each married and abandoned Sussy McLish, who is akin to one of you, a niece by way of a sister back east, and the Death Brothers whispered a secret to you. One of you long ago atop Mount Lemon, and it is too terrible to outlive you. They must whisper no more. We've got our outrages.
We are outraged.
We
Appropriately
are
outraged.
outraged.
We are
Unbelievable.
outraged. Also, DiCarlo, thank you so much for your kind words. Yeah, my vlog is doing amazingly well, and I am very happy. It is a very fun vlog, so I'm glad you enjoyed it.
We love a fun vlog in this house.
We love a fun vlog.
Cool. Great. So we
We
are...
got an outrage.
We got an outrage. We got
We
characters.
need precious things and medicine? Or we just gonna fly by?
You've got a precious thing, actually.
Oh, I do.
It's,
I noticed that.
it's your keepsake in your section there. I'll tell everyone what I've got. I've got barking irons, a pair of ugly killing pieces I acquired in a Leadville card game, squat and worn with sweat-blackened grips. Theirs is the devil's work, and that makes me the devil's handyman, I suppose, although I've never fired him. Good thing I don't believe in the devil.
Ooh, I love that. My keepsake is a grouch bag. I've got quite a little something put away. It's money, by the way. I don't think it ever explains that part. It's money. I've got quite a little something put away in a dried bull scrotum from Mexico. A tumbled up mix of gold dollars, yellowbacks, and Spanish silver. Who knew I was rich? The people I stole it from, I suppose.
Oh, you ne'er-do-well.
I also wanted to stroke off that bull.
Oh, no.
I've been killing it so I can have its scrotum. I don't know why everyone keeps reacting like that.
Oh my goodness.
Whew. Content warnings.
YouTube is gonna be like, this is a spicy one. I'm gonna be like, this is the Wild West, baby.
This specifically me is going to be censored in this corner over here. It's going to be a two-person stream.
I guessed the wrong way. I always guess the wrong way first, but Anthony's up here.
My keepsake is a daguerreotype. Is that how I say that?
Yeah.
Gutierrez?
Daguerreotype?
I think it's just a daguerreotype.
Daguerreotype. When I look at the picture, it always makes me cry. simpering little tears of regret. It makes me want to be better than I am, to be strong, to be tough, to see it through. Maybe I can still change. Thank you for the hydrate.
Oh, yeah. I can hydrate. I can change.
I can change.
And I did change for this stream. I was wearing a normal t-shirt before. Now it's all buffalo check, but I had no cowboy hat. What a sad
too
story.
bad.
Alberta.
We tried to get him to wear a bonnet, but he's got pride or something.
I could have done it.
No, he was worried about ruining the bonnet. That's all right.
Yeah. It's okay. Anyway, okay. So the game is going to be divided into 3 parts. In part 1, we're searching for the Death Brothers. We won't meet them face to face. We'll find terrible signs of their passing, clues to their destination. We might meet their associates. They might want to kill us, but we don't see the Death Brothers. Part 2, we do find them surrounded by like-minded villains, and maybe one of them will die.
Ooh, exciting. Maybe one of them or one of us? One of them.
One of them. Oh, we could die at any time.
Oh, good.
Part 3, all bets are off. Now, the person who goes first is the one who most recently rode a horse. I'll tell you, that's surely not me.
I think I rode a donkey when I was 8.
I think you might be going first.
No, mine was more recently than that. And it was a horse for sure.
Oh.
It was like at a zoo or something. Some zoo adjacent type situation.
Well, and why'd you say that like you didn't think you were going first?
Because I was still a child. I just wasn't. I was older than 8, a child.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever ridden a horse in my life. I've ridden a carriage that was pulled by a horse.
I was really high on that horse, and I don't mean like
you were a child
taken in the devil's lettuce. I mean, horses are tall and it's scary.
It is scary.
It's a
horses
little
are high.
There.
Horses are high.
Yeah.
Oh,
Starting the card game, but you don't know cards.
Kurt
In this
says,
one, are the horses high?
yeah.
Kurt says, I wasn't high. That horse was high.
That is what I says.
Promise, officer, I'm not high as the horse.
Now, because I have apparently been the most recent person to ride a horse, by the way, it's really good that I have, because the game explicitly says if not one of you has ever ridden a horse, you're not allowed to play this game with us.
Whoa,
So
that was a close
Wow.
one. It was going to be a short stream.
yeah, all right.
Watch time.
Bye. So our goal, this is a GM-less game. For those of you not familiar, a GM is a kind of moderator role, the dungeon master in a traditional role-playing game. That's not a thing here. We're all working together to tell a story, describing its location, memorable characters, and a big, obvious problem that needs to be unraveled. Something that looms large and obvious, but we can always strategize sort of what comes next in the story, and we can chat between chapters to figure out where we're going. So we are going to be choosing a title for part 1, Searching for the Death Brothers. And by we, I mean me, because I go first, because I've been on a horse before. And then it'll be
to make up a title.
no, it's
a horse.
you're right. I don't believe it anymore. But here's some mechanical info about how this works sort of before we start. I guess I should just say what our cowpokes can do. We're weak as a kitten, all right? We can do gentle physical tasks like walking slowly, observing quietly, driving a carriage horse at a trot. That's not very fast. We can do simple domestic tasks like prepare a meal, bathe and shave, set a camp and tend a fire. And we can do easy social tasks like speak softly, play cards or a piano, write a letter. And if we're doing one of those things, no problem. We do them. We succeed. We enjoy the moment. But if we want them to do anything else that has the slightest stress or anxiety or physical exertion, we're going to need to delve into the medicine stash, which will trigger one of our rolls. If you're in doubt, ask yourself, could a 90-year-old accomplish this task without incident? There are some spry 90-year-olds, but make a call. Make a call. Make a call. Our medicine and our keepsake are going to help us out in this situation. if we think that one of the other players is trying to do something that would be too dangerous, too difficult, too challenging, that's called a knot in this game, which is a role prompting situation, basically. And by role, I mean flip. The person's gonna, one wants to state their intention, clearly defining what needs to be done, and we can figure out whether or not that constitutes something that needs to be approached by a flip of the coin. If the coin comes up heads, that's good. It's successful. If it comes up tails, we have a side effect. That's going to be determined by what medicine we're using, because if the problem is too difficult for you to do normally, you do it with some help of your medicine. That's what prompts the flip. I love this, and we only have so much medicine. If we run out of medicine, we run out of medicine. However,
we only have 3 medicine. Is that what my character sheet tells me?
Yeah, that's right. We got 3 medicines. Now,
Total?
Each.
Oh.
Yeah. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine.
Yeah, I see. Do we each have our own medicines? No, we each have
a set of 3 on your character sheet.
All right.
That are all yours. Now here's a little sticky business. Why today? We have a keepsake. Mine are my barking irons, my gun. Some of us might have some money. It's a daguerreotype. This is a memory of some other time, a place of love and loss. When the time is right, we can make a big show of using the keepsake in a fun way, and we automatically succeed.
Oh.
That we can do once.
Wow, just one time. All right.
Just one, yeah. A free automatic success, if you will. Cool. You can always just fail and just not do the thing. But our last option, and I do mean last option, is that if you don't have a keepsake to use, you don't have any medicine to use, you can really put your shoulder into it, knowing that the effort's going to kill you. You unravel the knot, but you definitely die.
Well, slide out right off the end of your mortal chain.
That's right. That's all there is to it.
All right. So I really can only do like 5 things in this whole game.
Pretty much.
And 3 of those are a maybe.
3 of those are a maybe. Yeah. And
so some scenes are gonna just go easy, right? Some scenes I'm just gonna say, hey, I did this and I do this, and everything's fine.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
It's hard being a cowboy.
It's gonna be a tragedy.
It's hard being a cowboy with syphilis.
That's the kind of cowboy that it's most difficult to be, some might say.
True. Some might say.
I don't remember how the structure of the game works. I feel like did you say this? We each take turns, like narrating the next part of the story.
It's not quite as formal as that. It's
Okay.
just it was just my turn to choose what the chapter title was for our our little intro, as it were.
Okay, so there's no structure in terms of how the scenes flow. It's just like we're make believing it together.
Right. Now there is some advice if you like. We're planning to tell a story. We're keeping things short and punchy, so we cut often, set the scene, maybe have a little role playing, maybe don't, introduce the knot, let us deal with it or not, move on. If it's not when it isn't my chapter, breathe life into the larger world and build up knots for others to unravel. So we will sort of shift focus as we go around on a more informal basis. And we just want to make sure that those knots, those challenges are around an easy to understand challenge or objective.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Okay.
Cool. We'll ask leading questions, and we shouldn't be afraid to die. We all go sometime. There you go. Cool. All right. One more time as a reminder, our outrage, we've got 2 of them. The Death Brothers know a secret they shouldn't, and the Death Brothers married and abandoned Susie McLish. Sussy McLish. Susie? Do you think? Well, we'll say Sussy. We already said it twice.
Sussy.
Sussy it is.
It's got a different meaning in this day and age. So I'm really dumb because I have just inhaled way too much gun smoke.
Gunsmoke.
in each act, no, in each part, there's 3 chapters. Is that true?
That is a great question that I definitely know the answer to, and I'm not Googling it right now to make sure.
I can read you a part from the rule book if that would help.
Each of us gets a chapter in each part.
All right. So it's your chapter. So you put the name. You make
Right.
a name for it.
So
And
I
then-
better pick it. So there will be
and so-
9.
There's only going to be 9 chapters because.
That's right, yeah.
All right, and we choose just from the list for each part.
That's darn straight. So,
Darn tootin'.
darn tootin'. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Wait, one more thing. I think it says here, if it's your chapter, it ends when I've unraveled that knot by overcoming
so
it or
each
avoiding
chapter's
it.
got a knot. There you go.
All right. Each chapter's got a knot. And should it be your knot if we're playing correctly? Or like,
I think that makes
oftentimes?
sense. Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
We've done it, folks. It's almost like we could have read the rules again before we started, but
Nah, no need. If you play the game once, you remember it for the rest of your life. Even if you play a game every week.
Especially if you play a different game every week. It makes it a lot
Yes.
easier for you to remember all the games that you've ever played. Everyone knows that.
my chapter is going to be called Dorothy Grean.
Dorothy,
Grean.
Green.
Dorothy Grean.
that's great. That's not anybody we've heard of before.
Nope, but here's how it goes.
Okay.
I think we're at Sunny Slopes, and I think that even as my health goes down and further downhill, my cheeks get rosier, and if there's one person that I'm gonna miss going out on this crusade, it's Dorothy, one of those attending aides who was here the whole time. Now, they're gonna let us go. We're not prisoners here, but it's gonna be hard to break it to them. So I'll start. I think I gotta talk to Dorothy. I gotta talk to Dorothy Grean. So we see, I feel like the front porch of Sunny Slopes. It's a beautiful cloudless sky, and it's early, still sunrise. Folks are tending to the earliest chores of the day, and we've got our 3 nothing to be said about horses. Now, who would like to be Dorothy as we start off?
Well, by golly, I'll be.
Ah, hi there, Dorothy.
Well, what are you doing up so early? I was just going to bring around your tray of mush.
Mm-hmm. No mush this morning, Dorothy. And I glance back at the 2 of you. We got, well, do you remember old Sussy?
Well, sure. What have y'all been telling me stories about her? She keep getting married. We have to keep sending you out for those weddings.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I hate to say, but, and I think I turn to Lee, say, Lee's been telling us Sussy's been left behind. Again. It's a bridge too far.
Well, that's
Dorothy.
a damn shame.
We got to do something about it. Lee's got to do something about it.
Oh, well, I'm sure someone needs to come to her aid, but the 3 of yous on death's door? I can't let you go anywhere. There's a strong breeze out there. It's gonna knock at least 2 out of 3 of you down.
Now look here, Sussy. We aren't going to be staying here any longer because my niece is out there and she needs some respect for once. How many times do you remember when Sussy was living around these parts? Do you remember how many times people done her wrong?
I know.
She used to cry on your shoulder every night, and you said you would never let this happen to her again. And you're not going to let us walk out that door?
I want to let you all go, but if I do, I'm gonna get in awful trouble with Mr. Baxter.
Now, Dorothy, you can't stop us. What if we're determined to go? And that's all there is to it.
I'm pretty sure that I could, with one of my hands, hold two of you back.
Don't
Well-
do that, Dorothy.
What if we played you in cards for it?
Oh,
Lee, we don't have time for cards. Lee, if you could just step on your horse, I've got to have a word with Dorothy. Swinburne, that goes double for you.
All right.
right.
Well, I'll give you a moment then, if that's what you says you need.
I put one hand, both shoulders at Dorothy. Dorothy. I say, Dorothy, you gotta let us do this. We gotta go.
but Becca, I'm worried about you. Becca, you know, I love you. I care about you. We've spent so much time together, and I look forward to those mush rounds. Seeing you in that old bed, your rosy cheeks always smiling up at me. I just can't bear losing you.
Dorothy, I ain't gonna have those rosy cheeks much longer, whether I'm here or I'm not. You know, I'm going.
I'll say that Dr. Max came by and needed to take you out to his office for a checkup. He'll buy you some time.
I think at this point, Becker starts coughing, and it's a particularly bad one. A wicked cough of the consumption.
Oh, no, Becca. Becca, the others are gonna come out. Becca, you gotta get out of here quick.
That's the cue, I think.
I think it is. I think that's enough. And you can
Yeah.
hear from inside the building, there's like, oh, Becca's having a coughing fit. Someone bring the smelling salts. And there's like people rustling about, and the front door swings open, and Dorothy gives you like a tight squeeze. Get out of here. And she goes to play distraction. It's gonna be.
Hey, I am going to use my genuine Inca Peru bark. Peru bark made from the cinchona tree is a fantastic drug for relaxing muscles. It is unbelievably bitter, but that's why it's so effective. And now I flip the coin. I'm just trying to get enough limber in me so that I can hustle. And so I hold it under my nose, take a big sniff. Oh, God, this game.
Good luck.
That's a heads.
That's a heads. That's the good
That's
one,
a
right?
heads. Heads means a soothing panacea, heroic deliverance, a quiet calming of the struggling heart. And so with a long take, this steadying bark, I hustle over to the horse, and it falls out of my pocket as I pull myself up, and we all get into a trot off down the road.
I think. Do you look back?
I can't not.
I think Dorothy's looking after you, and she's like trailing her white handkerchief in the wind, and she lets it go, and it sort of like blows off into the wind towards you. Do you say anything?
Yeah, I mumble. It'd be all red if she left it with me anyway.
Ooh, do you let it just crash into the dirt?
Mm-hmm. And that's...
If you listen carefully on the
Oh.
wind, you can hear the sobs of Dorothy as the three figures trot off into the bright morning sun.
Woo.
Dorothy Grean, good chapter. Good chapter.
Well, now we gotta move on to the next one, don't we? What's it gonna be?
All right, that's me or you, Amanda. We got to name
One
a
of
new
you.
chapter.
We need a chapter.
How
Reminder in...
about a pigeon's heart?
All right.
Love that. Love that. So we are searching for the Death Brothers. We won't meet them face to face, but we might see signs, accomplices, clues, whatever.
Mhm.
Cool. pigeon's heart. Do you want us to set the scene, or did you have something in mind?
I have something in mind.
Great. By the way, I don't know if you saw it, Anthony. Hydrate and posture.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I did those. Thank you for the hydrate and posture, Rapal. William Whitehead said, I learned the hard way. Not all AAA games are great. Yeah.
You're going through some stuff, eh?
That's true.
That is true, William. I cannot disagree with you. Not all AAA games are great. I'm going to say that we are riding as our horses. We're riding as horses. Riding our horses down by Howdy, Prashan. How's
Howdy.
it doing? I want to tip a hat. I don't have one, but I'm doing it anyways. There you go. As we ride by, we're riding by this little town, and we see there's a church, and outside the church is a congregation of people, and there seems to be a woman that everyone is surrounding, a bride, and she seems to be collapsed and crying.
Well, if I never. Lee, what do you think of this?
Well, I think this looks mighty suspicious. And the woman sort of calls out as we like sort of ride by, like noticing us. And I think she cries out and says, she says, y'all coming from the west or y'all coming from the east?
I'm not good with the directions. I think we're
Yeah.
coming from the east and headed to the west.
Headed to the west, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can take her on 1 second.
right.
We're breaking out the bonnet. It's bonnet
Nice.
time.
It's bonnet time.
Ooh, under
bonnet
headphones.
time.
Oh, over headphones, yeah! Bonnet!
Bonnet.
Put on a lipstick!
I am. I'll put on the lips. We
Yeah,
all wanted
he
to
was
see it.
ready! Woo! On the show! It just keeps getting better! This is the best stream on Twitch and
So
YouTube.
good. So good.
Well, I do declare. I suppose you wouldn't have seen him then.
We wouldn't have seen who, ma'am?
You wouldn't have seen my fiancée.
Don't tell me. He had a scar over one eye that went all the way down to his shoulder.
And and
Well, I
one of
guess he did.
And did he also have a wooden leg?
Well, I guess he did. Told me he lost it in the war.
And tell me, when he got real worked up, did his tongue sliver out of his mouth and you swear it be a snake tongue, double-pronged?
Well, I wouldn't have described it quite like that, but I suppose he did, yes.
The devil himself.
What do you folks know? What do you know that I don't know? Tell me, where
Tell
are
him.
you? Where are you headed? Where are you going?
Tell her, Lee.
Well, it sounds like your fiance is the no good man that we're hunting down. And
No, he's perfectly good. He's the finest man I've ever met. Told me
Why
he'll
are you
take me to
crying
a...
like that?
Well, I'm sure he'll be back any minute. Probably got held up. It's dangerous out there.
Well, I'll
Wait,
tell
wait,
you
wait.
where he got held up. He got held up with my niece. By the
Don't you
sounds of
say
it.
that. Don't you say that about my fiancée. We are betrothed. We'll be happy forever.
Oh, lady, you are so in denial. You can't even see straight through a clear blue day in the mountains here. You can't even see the tumbleweeds in the distance. That's how blinded you are.
How dare you? How dare you say something like that? You take it back. Right now.
Come on, Lee.
She's walking closer. You take it back.
I don't think that I will.
Lee, come on. Think of her like your niece. She's just another woman who's been torn apart by these freaks. Give her some love.
Can I use my keepsake? Is it too soon?
No. You
Okay.
can use it. I'm sorry to the Texan who just joined us that any of this is happening right now.
Oh no, now I'm doing a hate crime.
Oh my
We're in Arizona, so it's totally different.
Fantasy Arizona.
Yeah.
Fantasy Arizona. Hello, Ricardo. Welcome on in.
I think
Oh
she's
my
marching over
goodness.
to you, ready to slap you upside the
God.
head.
Oh no. Oh no. Hello. Howdy from Texas. Howdy indeed. Well, thank you for joining
Also,
us. I'm gonna
Her
plug our
brothers
game
in the
here.
back have
Yeah.
like cocked their shotguns.
Oh
And
yeah,
they're
I
like
bet
kind
they
of
have.
like they've caught your attention and they're like kind of starting to mosey over. God damn,
Well,
Lee. Barely got out of town.
I think that Lee is gonna take a look at her daguerreotype as you ask her to show some kindness here and think of like what her niece has been through. And she's gonna say, well, I just hate to see someone else hurt, to be honest with you. I've been alone in this world for a long time. I've seen a lot of hurt, and to be honest, I've caused a lot of hurt. My sister was one of the people that was hurt.
She walks closer, and there's tears in her eyes. Again, she says, "Is that her? Is that her right there?"
Why, yes, it is.
She gently reaches out to take the daguerreotype and looks at it for a long moment and says, "I knew it couldn't be right in my heart. This morning, I was looking up at the sky, pigeon dove flying right across it, pure white. I thought a beautiful day ahead. And then it fell right to the ground. Dead. No gunshot, no hunting. Just fell from the sky like it was shot. Bolt of lightning from some god."
Well, it sounds to me like that pigeon died of a broken heart. And it was trying to warn you. All I can say is that, although I don't have my sister anymore, her daughter, Susie, let's just say she's all I have left for family. And the man that it sounds like was your fiancé, that put you on and tricked you, well, he sounds a lot like a man that I heard been running with my niece. A group of men, come be it. And just like what happened to you, that's what happened to her. So I don't
Well.
mean to come in here and...
No, that's enough. You ain't welcome here, but I think I know where you can find what you're looking for. He told me he has an estate. And she nods her head. Down by deep river. Deep river. Now, I don't know if half the words he said were true anymore. She looks back at her brothers and then back to you. But I reckon that's a way to go. Now get out of here. I can't have any reminders anymore. It's time to switch my veil to one a morning. She walks
Dame.
back in.
Dame, when we find him, what do you want me to do to him?
whatever you have to.
Good day. I think that was an automatic success from a keepsake right there.
It
Oh,
was.
yeah.
That's how it works, folks. I'm gonna take off my regalia, although
It is great. Oh my gosh. Dylan
All right.
says he's a lady cowboy. Well, he was actually a woman that was to be wed. But I'm a lady
not all
cowboy.
dreams come true, do they?
Not all dreams come true. Oh, that was so great how we fit it in. Also, hi Dylan, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. It is pretty neat. It is a pretty neat game. I agree, Ricardo. It's really, so far it's been really quite fun, and the flavor text in this here rule book is
Can't get none better.
superb.
It's a great time.
Superb.
I'm going to
Anthony.
bring us over to Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is called Loose Lips.
Oh.
Loose lips. I don't even see loose lips.
Wait, is that... Guys, is there a chapter name database?
Yeah.
I just...
Yes.
Oh, shoot! I'm just having fun.
No,
Where are
I
these
think.
chapter names at?
Can we? I think we could probably make up a chapter name and we'll be fine. We can go with
I
loose
see.
lips.
Yeah, this time it's gonna be loose lips. Next
All
time
right.
you can look at our little listy
Yeah,
poo.
it's on like page.
Apologize. I
like
see it now. I do see it now.
I like the name loose lips.
Yeah, it's
though.
gonna be loose lips. Sorry,
Alrighty.
that's how it's gonna be.
Alrighty.
Now
We've
I
got-
understand why you were so confused by Dorothy Green.
Yeah, I was like, wow. He
Oh,
really is just making new
right.
details up.
Oh,
I
who is
see, I
Dorothy
see.
Grean? He said.
All right. We have the address, the location down by a deep river of the estate where we expect to find the Death Brothers. And we set down the dusty road. Billows of dust on either side of us getting caught on the sun till we pass a crossroads. Dead bull on the side of the road. 3 vultures picking the clean skeleton cleaner. And Swinburne stops y'all. One more stop before we get there. I've got one last piece of business to take care of. And he turns to the left, starts riding. It's not long till you come to an old tavern. You do remember that Swinburne used to frequent. And perhaps a couple of you, I think particularly you, Lee, have spent some time here doing some things that may not be of the highest moral character. It's called Loose Lips. And as he pull up outside, Swinburne swings off his horse gingerly, careful not to get the heartbeat up too high, and ties up the old nag out front.
Bye,
You can come in if you
Ricardo.
want. Oh, bye. You can come in if you want, but don't judge me for what happens inside. I'm looking for an old friend. And
Well-
Swinburne's...
Wait a minute. What kind of old friend we talking about now? The one that correlates with your condition?
Oh,
I don't have syphilis, just to be clear. I know people keep saying that back at Sunny, whatever the heck it's called, but I don't have it.
I was under the impression you did have syphilis.
No,
I
may
thought
have
that's
a
what you
touch of
A
syphilis.
touch. There's no such thing as a touch.
Well, there is, and that's how you get the syphilis.
Oh, well, that's true.
Hey, Becca, I always have liked you. I won't be saying what touches have or have not happened. There was once a time where I got close to this friend's ear. And
What'd
I
you do
did
to it?
whisper something.
Oh.
We got some cleaning up to do before we find the Death Brothers. And this is my last bit of tidying.
Well, all right, but I can't go in there with you.
Why not?
Let's just say last time I was here, it was made pretty clear that I was no longer welcome around these ellipses.
Well, then I guess it'll be me. And Becker slides off gently from the horse and walks up to the saloon doors.
Lee?
Hmm?
Actually, could you keep the nags untied? We might need to make a hasty retreat.
Damn you, Swinburne.
Don't worry.
I'll
Not
keep
the
'em
first
ready.
time. And with that, boom, Swinburne hits the doors of the saloon with an energy that you haven't seen from Swinburne in quite some time, and they smack open, and Swinburne waltzes into the dark establishment. Becker close on his heels. The place is dank. I think the smell hits us first, sort of thick like a wall. Almost an eggy scent, which doesn't quite make sense in this place. A deep mold growing in the corners. There are people like furniture in this place who haven't moved from their nooks and their crannies in days, weeks. Some would swear they've been there since the beginning of time. They're ignored as we waltz through the space to the bar. And Swinburne slaps down a couple of bullhead pennies. And the bartender comes out. Who wants to be a bartender? You want to be a bartender for a second?
I'll be the bartender.
Tell us about the bartender.
The bartender is a gentleman who has a sort of winsome expression to him. He feels like he maybe runs the place, but you also know who runs the place, and it isn't this man. He's got
One
a
of those
sort of
guys.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. And he also has a look to him that is a bit gruff around the edges. Like he's also done some things in his life that maybe his mama wouldn't be so proud of.
Rex. I love your mustache. You've been using ship's wax on that?
Why, yes, sir. I'm glad you noticed.
Foul stuff to smell all day.
Yeah, it's better than smelling this place, am I right?
Yeah, you're right there. Look, what can I do you for?
Becker, do you want something to imbibe?
Well, I'm not sure I got it in me today.
This is just for you then. And I tap the pennies on the table. Don't think neither of us would survive a round. I actually come here today, Rex, because I'm looking for someone. You seen Croc?
Croc? Well, I might have seen Croc, but I think we might all have to have a libation before we could go see someone like Croc. You know how Croc is. Croc doesn't like to see anyone that's too high strung. Maybe you gentlemen do a round of tequila with me, and then maybe I could figure out where Croc would be.
There's your knot.
I'll deal with my knot in a second. Just a second. Raps, come on. I've been down at sunny whatever the fucks for a while, and me and Croc go way back. We're
Oh,
partners.
I know you go way back. I know you were partners.
He wouldn't mind seeing me, I'm saying. You don't need to make me do the shot.
Well, here's the thing. It's been a slow day, so I really do need you to do the shot. And I
All right,
also
then
would
do
say,
me this solid. Don't make my friend here do it. This is my business. Let me handle it. Hell, I'll do both.
all right, if you do too, then I think we can come to some kind of agreement. One for me, two for you.
Fair.
What are you gonna do?
I think we're gonna take the shots first, and then the knot will really need solving. I just sort of like swallow. Oh God, it's been quite a couple moons. I don't really like who I become once I get some of your tequila in me, Rex.
What you talking
Bottoms
about? My tequila is completely fine.
Your tequila tastes like piss. And the haze starts to come up, and I can feel it immediately. There's no chaser, there's no lime, there's no salt, and Swinburne starts to unsteady on his feet, and through the haze he's like, I'm gonna see Croc now. But he is reaching for the medicine that he keeps with him because he's not sure he's gonna survive this. I'm gonna take Lydia Pinkham's vegetable compound. Here we go. Here we go. To see if I can stay on my feet as we head towards the back. What should be a storeroom, but it is actually the home of one Croc. Oh, shoot! I missed it. I'm gonna do it again. Oh boy. There is a tails.
What happens during tails,
Ooh.
Anthony?
Oh.
Nothing good.
Tails means seizures, headaches, nausea, a lowered heart rate, dizziness, sweating, and chest pain. And this is coming in fast. Does my scene get to finish, or am I just like obviously?
Oh
failed?
yeah,
What do
you can
guys
keep
think?
going. You can even
Okay.
use more medicine if you want, but
Oh, all right, that's good to know. Okay, so this is like coming in quick as we step into the back of the tavern, and I reach out to you, Becker. Are you coming? Are you with me? Are you behind me?
oh, I'm with you.
I reach out to you, Becker. I'm not sure I'm okay. I think the devil slipped in through my lips when I took those shots.
Hold it together, Swinburne, by God.
If we get in there, I might need you to finish it for me.
If I have to.
Good man. Good man. Rax, I think, hesitates before he lets us in. What does he say, Amanda?
Before you
Amanda's
listen.
ready to be Croc.
Amanda's switched. That's all right. I can play Rax. if you
What
want.
does he? What does he say? He says, "Well, I will say, you do shoot well. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I guess I could let you see
Shut
Croc,
up.
but I, you shut up. Come in here and flirt with me.
What? I didn't realize.
I will say that Croc is in a bit of one of his moods. So, well,
Croc's
good luck.
always in one of his moods. Croc's nothing but moods nowadays.
Well, this might be a
And-
little bit more than you bargained for, but all right.
What was that, Kurt?
I was just going to say, back room, we see a dusty space with a single one-pane window with curtains drawn. And there's Croc. As you remember, Croc.
pile of rags in the corner, it looks like. Hardly can tell that it's a man underneath all of that. There's a shaking and a quivering, I think. Croc.
Huh?
Croc, it's me,
Huh?
Swinburne.
I saw you in a dream.
Croc, it's me.
I saw you in a
It's
dream.
not a dream.
I'm in a dream?
No, Croc, this is real.
Ow. All right.
It's me, Swinburne. Do you
Swinburne.
remember me this time?
Oh, you owe me so much money. Are you sure this isn't a dream? You came to pay your debt?
No, this is a dream. Actually, now that you
Oh.
mention it, yeah, this is a dream.
This is a dream.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah,
And then all of a
it's dream.
sudden, Croc pulls a knife out of his boot.
Whoa. Croc.
No, this is a dream.
Nah,
It
no.
means you'll be fine, and I'll be fine, and your friend over there will be fine. I never had a dream with you in it before. You're new.
Croc, this is a dream, but
No matter what
I'm,
we do.
I'm your conscience.
No matter
and this is
my
your
conscience.
innocence. So you don't want to do nothing too crazy, okay?
If I'm his innocence, I shouldn't be here.
Croc, you remember that night? At the edge of the old wishing well. With those men's blood on our hands and soaked into our boots, you remember that night?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still remember what I told you that night?
You told me. Yeah, I remember. You said something about how the world, the karmic wheel, had a way of...
Wait. Hey. Don't say it, not from Becker. Else I have to kill him too.
Pardon me?
Croc, I wish you forgot it. I wish you forgot long ago. Because, Croc, no matter what happens right now, I love you.
Swinburne, what in the hell are you doing?
I think Croc lashes at you with his knife.
Oh, fuck. No.
Here's your knot. You need to get out of here alive.
Yep. Uh-huh.
A wild look in his eyes as he lunges at you.
Okay. You're lunging at me. I see this as my chance. And the only thing to cure a hangover is more alcohol, as we all know. And as I reach up to try to grab your hand, I'm going to pop off the top of the rye whiskey that I carry with me and down it, just going straight into my bucket. And I'm hoping that this gives me the energy I need to overcome my old friend and close the chapter that I came here to close. Oh, shoot. We're doing it again.
Sure. I will also say my knot wasn't good because you could die in whatever way. Your knot is to kill him, right? And get out
Correct.
of here.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
That one is a heads, my friends.
Ooh.
What does a heads mean?
Heads means a pleasant, witty drunkenness. Witty and spry, to me at least. I'm experiencing quiet but genuine joie de vivre. It's not quite what I meant, but I'm feeling great as I grab the hand the knife is in, Croc, and I turn it around back towards your chest, and I push you back on the desk that's in the center of this room, and I push the knife deeper towards your chest. What I told you that night, Croc? Someone told me that in confidence. And I didn't tell nobody, not in the whole world, because I knew if anybody ever knew it, God, it would rip them up inside like it did you. Like it did me. No one else got to know this. Sorry, Croc. And I'm just going to push that knife.
As you push the knife in, Croc just starts laughing. and says to you, "Oh, this is a wild dream." It flails, and then...
Does Croc just say one little bit of the secret before he burbles out?
I never thought I'd see you come back. Not even in
Oh!
this...
And I push it deep in. And there's like gurgle sounds.
Swinburne, you murdering bastard. You know what the
Turn
worst
around real
part?
slow. Go ahead.
You know what the worst part about this is? I ain't never seen you so happy.
I'll tell you. Becker, I do feel good. Maybe all that killing was keeping me alive in the first place. I spin
Save
the
it
knife
for
in
the
my
Death
hand.
Brothers.
Slide the knife into my belt. Come on, let's go.
And I walk out slowly behind you with one more glance at Croc, lying there dead. Yeah, look just like that, Amanda.
Amanda, incredible. And that was Loose Lips. And that
Wow.
was part 1.
What a mess.
Wow, you really messed that up.
I did great. I don't know what you're talking about. It's exactly what I meant to do.
Part 2, we're going to find the Death Brothers in some bad place surrounded by like-minded villains, and it's possible one of them will die. As Part 2 comes to a close, our task will be incomplete, and our surviving quarry will have hightailed it to some safer location. From this convenient list of titles, does anyone have a feeling what it's going to be called? Oof. There's some fun ones.
I'm thinking Gunfight at Black Gap.
Sure.
Nice.
All right.
What the ranch is called, perhaps. Or the river.
We were going to Massive River, so maybe we gotta cross
Deep
Black
River.
Gap.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
To get to Deep River.
Yeah. Do you want us to set the scene, or are you going to?
I think I'll just say that Black Gap is basically like, I'm imagining it as like this narrow passageway between two like cliff faces that we have to go through in the mountains. And it's this long, skinny passageway, so it is known for being a sweet ambush spot. Because once you go in, it is very hard for you to back your way out because it's so tight. And as we approach it, and I think when we get there, we kind of stop before we go in. There's this sense of, are we really going to go through this dangerous place? But we know it's the only way to get to Deep River. And so, who do
Last
you
time
think?
I went through here,
Yeah, all right.
I lost half my party.
Yeah, I remember that. We used to be double the size of the party that we are.
Oh, right. You guys were there. There were 6 of us.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. However, I will say that... Do you remember how we survived?
How we survived? Sometimes you can hide under the bodies of a dead man, and no one goes looking too hard. I don't know if that's getting us out of this one, Lee. Unless you're
Well-
volunteering.
No, I'm not volunteering. I'm just saying maybe there's some way that we could have, some dead men to hide behind.
I pull out the knife. Not a bad idea.
That's enough killing, Swinburne. We'll kill some more if we have to.
No such thing.
Dang it, I thought it was a pretty good plan, too.
Becker here is the conscience of the party. It's always got to be doing the good stuff. Ooh.
What's your
Abe.
suggestion, Becker?
Yeah.
Well, if you're asking me, I think. But before Becker can finish his sentence, a bandana-wearing bandit steps out from behind a rock face, holding an iron, and says, "Well, well, look what we have here." You got nothing to say for yourselves?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Just passing through. I don't know why you got to be so dramatic coming out here with a gun at us.
Look at
Passing
us.
through ain't what I heard. I got a buddy at Loose Lips who sent word things have been happening down there.
Pleased to
Wait.
meet you. My name's
What?
Swinburne. And what you heard about Loose Lips is just what I do. Nothing out of the ordinary. Hey, this is 3 dead folks on their last wander through the land of the living. We're no trouble to you.
You'll be no trouble. Because I'll make you no trouble. And I'll start with this
desperately
one
over at Lee.
first. Turn towards Lee. You're at the front. That must mean you're leading this party. Any last words for your friends?
I think Lee is going to...
Lee is going to...
is going to...
Hey, time roller, by the way. Whoops.
Whoops.
Yes, hello, time ruler. Is going to say, well, I will say, if you would just let me, before I go, I would just like to have a little parting bite.
What in the hell do you mean by that?
Well, I got some special pills make you see some things. I got enough for both of us.
No funny moves.
Oh. No funny moves. Just
Kind of damn fool do you think I am, taking pills from a man I've never met before?
all right.
That's smart. Kids.
And she pulls out her pills. And just to show what they are. And she just takes one and says, you want them for yourself. That's fine by me.
You must be kidding me, Senorita. That's the last you'll be seeing of those. Last you'll be seeing of anything. And I think the bandit pulls down the bandana to show that characteristic skull face paint that we see on every Death Brother associate.
So, what I don't understand is it tells you who can take it, and then you have to flip a coin to see what happens. So that means?
We already know that you can take it because it's on your sheet.
Okay.
So you're all good.
Okay.
You'll just need
Just
to...
put that coin, and it will tell you what happens with tails, bad stuff, heads, good stuff.
Oh, it's heads.
All right. Whatever you do to get out of this problem, it's going to work.
It's gonna work. What are you gonna do? What
are
this
you
medicine
doing?
inspire
So
you
Dr.
to do?
Morse's Indian root pills is what I just took.
Okay.
Said to be sure pure hookum. Nothing but useless herbs and German talc. But science only knows so much, and they seem like powerful medicine to me. I choose to believe. If I get heads, it means this fiery tonic brings flames of health. Foreign roots have been harnessed by medicine, a selfless American doctor's gift to the invalid. And I'm going to use this the fiery flames of health to quick draw my gun and shoot this man down. I just need a bit more pep.
Sick.
It's like this. The bullet flies through the air, pierces his heart. A beautiful shot at the best of times, although he was getting mighty close. The bandit makes a strangled gurgling sound as he slumps to his knees and says, "You won't stop him. You won't stop him." Boom. He's dead.
Nice.
Well, look, now we have a dead man. We can use him.
Perfect. Well, let's go through the pass. And, well, I don't know. I very carefully put the dead man on the back of my horse with help from both of you. And then saddle up.
But of course we don't need it, and the rest of the pass is without incident.
Of course.
So.
And that brings us to chapter 2 of part 2. Kurt, did you have a strong idea? Did you want to go? Or you just
Not
moving us along?
particularly.
All right. Then I'm going to take this to a chapter from the chapter list because I know how to play this game now.
Wow, cool.
And this chapter is called A Ghost.
With the most?
Of course.
I guess not. Because it doesn't say the most.
It's from the list, Amanda. Come on.
Guess
No
we'll find
creativity.
out.
We find ourselves having passed through the Black Gap on the Spine Ridge above the ranch of the Death Brothers.
Oh, I love it. Jason, thank you so much
Grapes
for
were-
subscribing over on YouTube.
Oh, thanks. Grapes did get used to be grown here. That grammar didn't make sense. But nowadays, the vines lay dead. Skeletons themselves, looped and winding over the wooden frames they used to crawl on. Something bad happened to this place. We stare down at a small cottage in the center. Night is falling, and there's a couple of men sort of walking about, maybe keeping an eye on it. But the dinner bell is rung, and the folks head inside. From time to time, maybe we can hear the muffled scream. A prisoner, perhaps, among the throngs. But for now, there's no guards. And from our hiding place on the top of the ridge, Swinburne nudges you, Lee. I think I got a plan.
Does it involve playing cards?
No. Do you have a plan that involves playing cards?
No, I just want to play cards.
All right, maybe later when we're not just right outside the Death Brothers encampment.
All right.
I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna walk right in. It's gonna buy us some time. And I want y'all ready to do what's gotta be done.
Well, wait a minute now. What do we got to do? I don't know if I like this plan, says Lee.
The brothers are down there. I'm the
Uh-huh.
distraction.
Uh-huh.
And then we kill them. I think we kill them. Or whatever you want to do.
Whatever we want to do. So really, it's our plan, sounds like here. Swinburne.
Figure it out. And Swinburne just starts walking down the ridge.
Becker turns and holds a long gaze. Holds a long gaze at Lee and says, "Let him go. He's got no good in him, even now. Maybe he could use it."
I just hope
Down
we don't
at the
have to do
ranch.
anything, says Lee.
Yeah, exactly.
She puts her hat over her eyes and she leans back against the rock where they're at the top there and takes a nap.
Excellent. Does Becker stay up there as well?
Yeah, but watching. Watching carefully.
That's
Can the
good.
two of you tell me the scene that I see as I look in from the high window on the side of the cottage.
From the angle that you're at, you can see. Yeah, you can see a couple men, and you can see from the faces that they are made up in the Death Brothers style. And it's dark in there. There's little light coming through the window, and you can see a candle that flickers in the middle of the table, casting long shadows across their faces. They're leaned in close, talking about some foul dealings, no doubt. That's the Death Brothers.
I find myself, well, I'm trying to get up into the hayloft, but it is quite a bit of work climbing the ladder on the outside that leads to the hayloft. And I go about it real slow, like, as I am listening to the conversations inside. But I've climbed to the top, and I wait until I've just heard the most dastardly part of their plan. You see, if you get every dowry in this goddamn place, you can buy the Chippen's Diamond Company and blow up the mine shaft underneath Gailton. Kill the whole town. And I'm just gonna, in the shadows of the hayloft, Swinburne just like walks up, his hands open, and he looks down on the men below him. Oh, brothers, it's the man you killed. Swinburne's back.
And one of the faces turns to you, countenance more awful up close than it was back there. Gives you a steely gaze and says, "We killed you once. We can kill you again."
Not sure it's my death that you should be worried about. You ever heard the Apache tale? That when a warrior dies, every single man he's killed comes to watch it happen.
Oh, I think I did hear about that tale. Did you hear about that one, Bill?
Shut up, Taylor. Don't indulge him. That's enough. Face your death down here, or face your death without dignity. Shoots. What do you do? What do you do? Goes to shoot, but clearly about to shoot.
About to shoot. I think that Swinburne is like feeling he's still got some of the alcohol in his system, and like here with his last gust of strength, he's still feeling like just the absolute suaveness, action hero like vibe that he used to have. And I think for a moment he kind of forgets that he's at death's door, that even like getting out of bed in the morning almost kills him. And he is going to open that. The thing he's been saving all this time is kind of his like last, like, all right, you know, if you're about to die, this is a foxglove white lily ointment that was made by Dorothy actually for him. And the thing about foxglove is that it either kills you or saves you. It kind of only goes one of two ways. So it's a dangerous one to take, but he's going to take it. And you see, the thing is that he's been given a lot of medicine for rheumatics, but he really does have syphilis also. And this one is supposed to help with the syphilis. So for a last sort of strategy, Swinburne taps the 3 drops of deadly foxglove to his tongue. "Oh, it's a head, baby!" And he is gonna leap from the hayloft down. It's like the softest thing down there. Do you think? Maybe
Hay?
like, yeah, it could be some hay. Could be some hay.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna jump into the nearest big hay bale, avoiding the shot, hopefully giving me a chance to get up close with my knife. And I kind of like hit the hay, and there's like just a blast of hay, dust into the air. Oh, and Death Brother shoots at the same time. Bill Death fires. The sparks shoot into the air, and they catch the fine dust of the hay that's filled the air for this moment, and there is an explosion. And I think Swinburne's going to take the chance to get out of there. Just sort of like rolling out of the hay bale and slipping out the door in the distraction.
Cool.
Maybe, I think he like takes like their prisoner with him. I just feel like they probably got a prisoner
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
who's also in the hay bale, obviously, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, who's been thrown in there. It's a poor merchant's daughter who's the last of their many victims. This is supposed to be her honeymoon, and so I untie Deirdre, who I've just landed beside, and me and Deirdre Swan make a very slow loping run for it back up the ridge to safety. That's chapter 2.
Okay. Chapter 3 is going to be real quick. Two figures exit this building, now in flames. Both look a little bit wounded, but one maybe more so than the other. I hold up my pistol, those barking irons. Never fired them. The devil's handiwork. Suppose that makes me the devil's handyman. And Becker touches it to his forehead for a bit of good luck, and then aims and shoots. And the bullet goes clean through the second Death Brother, who was lagging back there. But the first keeps on moving. That's my keepsake, so I think that's the whole scene.
Nice. Short and sweet.
What was that chapter called?
That was called The Devil Laughs.
That's what I thought.
Ooh,
Felt like the
yeah.
devil laughs. Was the devil laughing at you because you used your gun?
Or maybe the sound of the shot.
Maybe.
The devil's laughter.
I was thinking it could be either.
I like it.
Part 3, our finale. All bets are off here. Anything can happen.
Oh my god. Okay, guys. 2 of the titles in this chapter. Maybe I shouldn't say them. One of them is Sussy McGlish, and one of them is Showdown on Mount Lemon, okay?
They sure are.
They sure are.
There's only 8 chapter names. There's like 16 different possible things that could have been going on, but both of ours are in there.
Both of ours are in there. Do we do one of those?
I'll go first.
Do
I'll
it.
go first. And I think I'm going to grab. Ooh, I think it's Under an Evil Star.
Ooh,
This happens
I like that.
I
pretty
love that
quick.
title too. Okay, yeah.
This is pretty quick after what's just happened. I'm shaking my compatriot here. Lee, we gotta go.
What?
Get on your horse. There's one of them left.
All right.
And we make our way. As this has happened, You know, the sun was already close to the edge of the horizon, and now it's really twilight now. We're really at the edge of this damnable day. And there's a river. There's a river with a small ramshackle bridge across it. You could only take one horse across it at a time. That much is for sure. Get to that bridge, and I see the face of the Death Brother. Paint charring that face, having been burned selectively by the explosion. Heat too hot. And as he turns to me with his red, raw face, almost truly looks like a skull. Surrender, and I won't have to kill you.
You're the one who's dying tonight.
I move to get closer, to secure the bridge before it can be cut.
Sorry, wait. Sorry, you're on the bridge?
I don't think so. I think he's on the bridge.
He's on the bridge. You're on the edge.
I think maybe he's just crossed the bridge, let's say, because that's dramatic, and I'm on the other side.
So you guys are on the other side facing each other.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I heard your shots. I know those pistols. You have got no shot left. Come over here and fight me.
Fine. And cursed with just a little too much hope, a little too much knowledge, hops off the horse, slides off the horse, starts walking, says, "I've been punished for something. I know that."
It looks like he's about to move, and then he sort of like catches. What are you punished for, son?
I never knew. Maybe it was all just a kind of motivation. You ever heard the story, Sisyphus?
We read it in school.
He keeps rolling this rock uphill, see? And I know every day I get closer to the top. What's waiting at the top of that mountain?
You're halfway across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls a long silver knife from the bandolier underneath his shirt. He just eyes the ropes holding the bridge. What's waiting at the top?
I'm told I should be grateful. I was never told. I'll never live to go to the top of Mount Lemon. And I rush to cross the bridge.
He swings his knife down to try to cut the ropes before you get there. This is your knot, my friend, very literally, as he tries to cut through them. What are you gonna do?
Well, I've got some laudanum. Just a little bit more. Just to keep me together. Little tincture of opium and alcohol. Something to keep you together. Something to tear you apart. I take a swig. Steady myself. Get ready to rush across that bridge. But I'm drowsy. I'm confused. I'm clumsy. I go to take a step. And I miss the edge of the bridge. But I can't have this bridge go by and let this death brother roam the world. So I gather up my strength. And I hurl myself at him. Feel the light of this evil star above me. Feel the heat of that gun barrel still against my thigh. I dash at him, and grab his pant leg, and he curses and runs. Bridge intact. I cough. Worst fit I've ever had. Cough the life right out of me, and I'm gone on that bridge. One man holding the edge of the post, legs in the water.
Becker.
Chapter 2, Part 3.
Sussy McLish. Was a woman that tried to live her life for herself, but always got caught up in what other people wanted. Every time she thought she had it figured out, she found out she was wrong. And this time, she wasn't even given a choice. She had been targeted by the Death Brothers because of who she was, because of who she was related to. Curse her aunt, she thought. These men marrying me and leaving me. She didn't know what was worse. The fact that they had taken an interest in her, or the fact that they had stood her up. While a lot of people thought that Sussy was the one that needed saving, it turned out that perhaps she wasn't as helpless as you thought. So we've eliminated 2 Death Brothers?
Yeah. As far as we know, there's only one left.
Neil was the last one to marry her and stand her up. And he was the one that she was facing down with right at this very minute. As Lee and Swinburne came over the bridge, they were confused, as what they thought that they would see was a little bit different than what they actually saw. Sussy was holding a big old shotgun, and she was aiming it down at Neil, who was on the ground, hands up, pleading for his life. Oh, Sussy, we meant to be honest with you. We really did. And I know maybe I haven't been the kindest. Maybe I did make you sleep in the ditch. But you gotta trust me when I say I do love you.
And she just spits, and the glob of spit hits him in the eyebrow and drips down over his eye, tracing that one scar that runs all the way to his shoulder. I know what you are. I know you're black to your core, Neil.
Shoot. And this is when I think Lee sees them there and dismounts her horse slower than she's done anything in this entire game. She's feeling pretty tired. But she calls out to Sussy and says, "Girl, you better not be doing what I think you're doing."
I don't want to hear nothing from you, Auntie. I
Look,
wouldn't be in this mess if it wasn't for you. I know this is their revenge on you. You're already dying. There's nothing they can take except my poor heart. Watch me suffer in your place.
now, Sussy, look, I hear you. But this is not the way to go about it. You see, I've been trying this whole time to keep you out of this. Your mother and I, we got involved in this. That's why we've been trying to keep you out of this life. So look, why don't you lower the gun and we can just Why don't we all just have a chat about this?
You're right. I shouldn't be shooting this poor man. I should be shooting you. You got me into this mess. I'm gonna take you out.
And Neil gets up and frantically just runs away to hide behind something. Oh, God. Oh, thank you. Oh, look. Okay, I'm going to use my death.
What would you like to happen?
For the sweet release. I can always let life slip away, using my final reserves for one last big push, living years in a moment. It isn't unexpected, or to be completely honest, unwelcome. Let my life end with one final grand success. As Lee can feel the life slipping from her heart, she says, "Look, Sussy, you got me. You are right. I have not been very good to you. I have not been very good to the world. If you want to shoot me, so be it. But know that what I didn't do for you. I did it for myself. That's the truth. But listen to me now when I say I regret that. I regret leaving you to go live my life and do the worst things to some of the best people that I have ever met. And trust me when I say you do not want that life. You do not want to be standing where I'm standing, staring at your niece, knowing that you failed her. And
Wait.
I'm
Auntie.
sorry. I'm sorry. And Lee collapses to the ground and dies. Face down in the dirt.
Her work is done, though. As Sussy drops the shotgun into the dust, tears streaming down her face. The fire gone from her eyes. And she turns away from this life and walks over the hill.
Anthony,
Yeah?
if I may, I have a thought
Please,
how to
please.
frame your last scene.
Hell knows I don't know what I'm doing.
It's a hill, sure. But around here we call it Mount Lemon. And there's only one place anybody's trying to go. This foul hour of the night. This damnable twilight. And that damnable man standing up there, scrambled up backwards up that hill so he could do the one thing he can't be allowed to do. Call back his evil, no good, damnable death brothers from the grave.
Luckily, there's already another man waiting for him there. Standing on the top of Mount Lemon. And as Neil Death comes to the top of the hill, Swinburne standing there, Not confident and proud as you might expect. A hero, or nay, a villain, in a Western to stand in his final moments, but quivering. His right leg keeps almost given out as he waits on top of that mountain. Hill. Neil.
Huh?
You just made one mistake. You just made one mistake, Neil. Should never have told me. Should never have brought me back. Just so I could go on killing for you. A useful man, you told me. Better at slaying than anyone you'd ever seen. And you were goddamn right. But you shouldn't have gotten greedy. Bring him back one more time. Because I knew the secret of Mount Lemon. And now I knew where you were coming tonight. I knew where I'd find you. Your brother's dead, Neil. And so are you. And so am I. So is the secret of goddamn Mount Lemon. I pulled the blade that I've been carrying in my belt. The blood of the last man to know is already on this blade. And it's waiting for the two real who know it.
Well, we can make a deal now. We got lots of money still. And I'm the only death brother left right now. You and I, we could just go on, the two of us. We don't need the other brothers to come back. You could go on killing. I know how much you love it.
But I'm dying, Neil.
While you die, I'll bring you back.
You do that?
Of course. Like you said, you are the best killer that we've ever met. Doesn't have to end this way. We made a pact before. You could be a death brother. You could be one of us. I don't want to be the only one. I don't want to be alone.
In the night, under the moon, it seems almost eerie how much his face already looks like that skull.
A death brother. Me. It'll just be me and you. And you know, I'm young, Neil. I haven't seen my 24th. I got a lot of life to live.
Me too.
Tell me, Neil. Tell me about the life we'd live. What would we have?
Well, we'd have all this land. Just you and me. We could have a ranch. I've always wanted to have a ranch. You know, my brothers kept me from doing that. You know, I feel like we get a worse name than maybe we deserved. We could run this town. We could run it right. You could be, well, you could go on killing, but you could be the sheriff of the town. I could be the mayor. We could work together.
Money.
Well, of course there'd be money. Of course there'd be money.
And I reach into my shirt, to the pouch that I carry around my neck all the time, right near my heart. Money, Neil. Money. Does money make a good life? And I upturn the dried bull's testicle, and out from it falls a diamond. Silver coins, real gold. I've got money, Neil. You ever notice how none of your heists were quite as wealthy as they thought they'd be? There's always a little missing. No one quite as rich as you thought. And now there's like coins spread all across. Neil, I've got money. I lived that life. And here I am, miserable, on the top of Mount Lemon, about to die. Money gets you nothing. And with that, I'm just gonna jump forward at him, and with the knife that I used to kill my best friend, I'm gonna kill Neil death. The blade sinks in.
I think Neil falls back off the mountain with the knife.
It's a bit of a ridge, and like he tumbles off the edge, and you can just watch his body turning over and the glint of the blade as it catches in the moonlight. That last push was too much, however. And Neil, Swimmer, on his knees.
Can't even tell the two of us apart anymore if you keep looking.
And I stare up into the moon. What a petty irony. On the one mountain that lets you live forever, I'm about to die. And I stare up at the moon, and the shadows fall on my face. 2 dark circles around the eye, like skull face paint. And I crumble sideways to my death.
And that's Cowboys with Big Hearts, folks. That's all there is to it.
That was really fun. Man, I love playing evil, like awful characters.
It is fun, isn't it?
Why is that so fun? It's so fun.
Why is that so fun? Guys, I noticed a nice little symmetry today. This is something about this game felt like so good. Like it really like flowed. It felt like it's very natural to be here with you guys. And I remembered that our first game ever on stream was Fiasco, I think. And we played Cowboy Fiasco. And it felt exactly like this. And I remember a kind of dramatic final scene with Amanda crying and me with a shotgun pointed at her chest. And we played the game that rhymed with that one. We found it again today.
That's so true. You did have a shotgun and you did turn it on me. We had this whole confrontation. I forgot about that moment, but yes. Once again, pointing guns at each other. This is what always happens when we go to the West. Goodness, makes us turn on each other.
It has to. It has to.
This was delightful. Let's play this
Truly.
again. This is also, I love how fast it is.
She's pretty punchy.
But
Yeah.
it felt quick. I feel like we've been playing for a while. Because how long have we been?
We
been
have,
here?
yeah. It's been a couple hours.
So there was
Yeah.
one moment where Kurt did a very quick scene where I was like, "Uh-oh, it's late," and Kurt
Kurt's like-
knows.
Kurt's like, these people building these whole scenes.
Sometimes you gotta find the heart of a scene and just live that.
Just get it.
Just get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also really love the titles for everything, and I just feel like there's so many different ways that you could interpret like these prompts.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I
Was your guys' game that you played together very different from the one that we just played?
Felt
I
very
feel like there
different.
was like mad science.
There was. But I also feel like the tone was really different. Like there was a point in the middle of this game where I was like, "Wow, we do have like a spaghetti western vibe happening." I don't know. It felt very. This game felt very like atmospheric, which is very
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
And I've played this one more time, just a duet with my
Yeah.
buddy Ian, and that was totally different as well. It was quite grim, but there was actually, we had this moment where our characters probably had like a night of quiet solace in each other's arms, and that was like
That's cool.
very like that's the second biggest moment from that game, I would say. Right up
That's
there
so
with
cool.
I still remember his ending line for the game as well. To avenge me heading into that hall of the Death Brothers. And he said, and it sounds like dogs howling at the moon. So that's all we were in there. Animals.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
So
so
That's
good.
straight fire. That's so good.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
Wow, very
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh my
So
God, I love that.
always a good time with big hearts out here.
Yeah, it's really good. And it's like, yeah, it's very cinematic. And I feel like it's felt to me very symbolic. Like the title of it, like Cowboys with Big Hearts, is like kind of becomes like these characters that are like on this road to redemption. I'm not sure if that's the way that it's supposed to be interpreted or if that's just how I interpreted it today, but I was like, what didn't know till I was in it. And then I was like, oh, that's what this game feels like it's about to me.
I think it
I think
definitely
it's
hits both notes.
Yeah.
Months and months ago, I was they were considering renaming the game to something else for broader release because it was originally a Patreon release through the Bully Pulpit Patreon. By the way, folks, if you like the idea of getting a whole bunch of weird little games just as thematic and rich as this, like every month, we could literally just play Bully Pulpit games and we would be eating well for a very long
That'd be
time.
fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, BPG has a Patreon, and that's great. But they were considering renaming it for the full release, and they didn't settle on a name or anything. But I just remember saying, "No,
Don't
I
do it.
love Cowboys with Big Hearts. It's the perfect name."
I think
It
it
feels
is
like it'd be
very
hard
fitting.
to come up with a name as good. I don't know.
That's what I said, and I mean, they did keep it, so I got
Yeah.
my wish. And oh, the cover art is gorgeous, by the way. It's
Yeah, the
I'll-
cover art is really good.
You can follow that link in the chat if you're curious, but she looks fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's really good. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. It's just like so it just feels so like poetic and like cinematic and like just you can like smell and feel the game, if that makes sense. I really love that when games
Yeah.
like that. You feel it in your heart. That was really fun. Well, thank you guys for playing with me, and thank you to friends that ended up sticking around. I feel like Trout was super quiet today, but I feel like if you were here for this live and you were quiet, I totally understand because I feel like this was a very all-consuming game. Sometimes we just have these games that feel like they're like so like just a story that needs to be told, and this was one of those nights. So
It was great fun. Thanks for
Great
sticking
fun.
with us.
yeah, thank
Kurt,
you.
thanks for spinning this game up for us and for choosing it from all of the great games out there. I'm really glad we played it.
Me too.
We'll be back with another game probably next Monday. We'll talk about it,
I
but
think so.
usually we're weekly.
Probably
Yeah,
next Monday.
great.
So stay tuned and thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I will say that if you are watching on YouTube, I'm going to have probably some members. I'm gonna have like a members only post that's probably gonna have some more like behind the scenes photos from my photo shoot from the vlog that I did today if you like that. And I will be back streaming Wednesday. We're going to be talking comics. It'll be like 8:30-ish. It might be a little later because like I have therapy, so I have to do that.
Get it.
And then I'll be back as well on Friday in the evening where I'm going to be doing a collab with Sasha over on my channel. So on Twitch and YouTube, we'll be talking X-Men and we'll be talking about a very amazing story featuring Magneto, one of my favorites from the Kirby and Lee era. And I cannot wait to talk about it with you guys. And then and with Sasha, it's going to be great. She's going to educate me on some of the changes that apparently were made after. There were edits in this one. And on Sunday, I will be back around noonish, hopefully, where I will hopefully finally be doing Legos in some cosplay for you. So a little less streaming this week, but I have some good stuff coming up. So stay tuned. Kurt, Anthony, plug your amazing things.
Go watch Amanda's vlog. It looks fun. I haven't watched it yet, but as I was trying to find this stream, I was like, oh, that looks cool. It's a photo shoot vlog.
Photo shoot vlog, yeah. This is a fun one.
Cool.
What about you, Kurt?
Yeah, I mean, I make games. If you like games that are kind of weird and maybe sad sometimes, maybe dramatic, maybe just cool, you can follow the link in either the description or in the chat right now, and check out my stuff. Yeah, I make games. That's all. But you don't have to.
Sweet.
We're just happy to have you here.
Yeah,
Kurt
great
does
time.
make
Thank
games.
you for joining us.
Kurt makes great games. You guys should definitely go check it out. And yes, thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Kurt, for joining me. Thank you to
Always.
everyone that
Thanks for
hung
having
out with us. Thank you. And thank you to people that followed and subbed and subscribed and just was cool. You're the best. Thank you. Yes, Christopher, also, I saw your message before we go. I just wanted to let you know, I thought I responded to it in chat, but I think I just thought it in my brain. So yes, I will keep an eye on my mailbox, and thank you for sending me a gifty. I can't wait to see what it is. Surprise. Should be interesting.
Fun.
Also, if you guys ever want to mail anything to me, that's a thing you can find in the video description. I'll plug the address in case people want it. But yeah, thank you for sending that, Christopher. And to everyone, have a great night. Stay nerdy. We'll see you again probably next Monday.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Yeehaw!
Howdy, partner.